Have you ever felt like a problem was just too big to solve? Like no matter what you tried, nothing worked? Well, today we're diving into a story about a girl who learns that sometimes the best tools aren't found in a toolbox. This is the tale of Penny and the Pocket-Sized Planet. Our story begins in a cluttered, cozy workshop, a wonderland of gears, wires, and half-finished inventions. This is Penny's kingdom. She's a brilliant young inventor who can fix almost anything. But today, she's met her match. A stubborn old grandfather clock whose ticks and tocks have fallen silent. Penny fiddles with a tiny gear, her brow furrowed in concentration. It just won't fit. With a sigh of frustration, she pushes her goggles up and decides she needs some fresh air. Stepping out into the golden afternoon light of her backyard, Penny takes a deep breath. The world outside her workshop is usually a source of calm, but today something is different. A faint, sad glow flickers from beneath a large rose bush. Curiosity piqued, she kneels down, gently parting the leaves. And there, nestled in the soft earth, is something impossible. A planet. A whole, perfect, miniature world, no bigger than a soccer ball. She stares in disbelief. It has tiny, jagged mountains, swirling clouds, and what should be vast, blue oceans. But something is terribly wrong. The oceans are a murky brown, the tiny forests are losing their color, and a strange silence hangs over the entire sphere. As she looks closer, she sees them. Tiny, fluffy creatures, the fuzzlets, huddled together. Their fur, which should shimmer, as dull, and they let out soft, worried chirps. The planet, which she instinctively names the Glimmer, feels cold and weak in her hands. A wave of protectiveness washes over Penny. This tiny world is dying, and for some reason, it has appeared in her backyard. She knows, with a certainty that surprises her, that she is the only one who can help. She carefully lifts the Glimmer. "Don't worry," she whispers to the fuzzlets. "I'm going to fix you." Back in the workshop, she places the tiny planet on her workbench. Bootstrap. She calls a small, clunky robot on wheels whirs to life, his single optic eye blinking. This is Bootstrap, her loyal, self-built companion. "Bootstrap," Penny says, her voice full of purpose. "We have a patient." Bootstrap extends a scanner from his arm and begins to analyze the Glimmer. His metallic voice is flat and clinical. Scanning ... analyzing ... conclusion. Systemic failure across all biomes, atmospheric integrity compromised. Core energy output at 8%, probability of total collapse, 92%. The fuzzlets, hearing this grim diagnosis, huddle even closer, their chirps turning into tiny, mournful whimpers. Penny gives them a reassuring look. "Don't listen to him," she says softly. A 92% chance of failure is just an 8% chance of success. And I like those odds. Her first mission is to tackle the water supply. A main artery, what the fuzzlots probably call their Great River, is completely blocked. On a planet this size, the river is no wider than a pencil, and the blockage is a single, fallen twigger giant log in their world. Penny selects a pair of precision tweezers from her tool rack. With the steady hand of a surgeon, she carefully grips the twig and lifts it out. The muddy water behind it hesitates for a moment, then surges forward. To help it along, Penny creates a micropump using an old eyedropper, flushing the channel with clean, fresh water. Almost instantly, a wave of happy chirps erupts from the solids. They scamper to the riverbank, their fur shimmering just a little brighter as they watch the clean water flow. One success down, but the biggest challenge is yet to come. The real problem lies at the very heart of the glimmer. Bootstrap scans show that the planet's core, its miniature sun, is flickering like a dying candle. It's the source of all life and energy, and it's failing. Penny's mind races. This is a problem she can't just unscrew or replace. The core is deep inside, untouchable. Her first idea is to create an artificial sun. She wires up a tiny LED light bulb, but its cold, sterile light is too harsh. The fuzzlets shy away from it, and the planet's surface doesn't react. Her next idea is to use natural light. She fetches a magnifying glass, positioning it to focus a beam of sunlight directly onto the planet's surface, hoping to warm the core. But the focused beam is too intense, too hot. A tiny patch of grass turns brown, and the fuzzlets scurry away in fear. Penny slumps over her workbench, defeated. This is worse than the clock. This problem seems to be beyond her tools, beyond her engineering skills. How do you fix something you can't even touch? Frustration builds inside her. She feels like she's failing this tiny, trusting world. As she sits there, feeling helpless, she notices something strange. A few of the fuzzlets, trying to comfort each other, have gathered in a small circle. They begin to hum a soft, gentle melody, and as they do, their fluffy bodies emit a faint, warm glow. Penny leans in, her eyes wide, where their collective glow touches the surface of the glimmer. The planet's internal sun seems to pulse in response, glowing just a tiny bit brighter for a moment. And then it hits her. An incredible realization dawns. The glimmer isn't a machine that needs a new part. It's a living thing. It doesn't need a new engine. It needs to be recharged with something else entirely, with kindness, with happiness, with positive energy. A smile spreads across Penny's face. She pushes her tools aside. This job doesn't require a wrench or a soldering iron. Bootstrap, she says, her voice full of renewed hope. Put the scanner away. We have a new plan. Together, she and her robotic friend embark on a different kind of repair mission. Penny finds her favorite childhood storybook, its pages worn with love, and begins to read aloud. Her voice is gentle and animated, filled with tales of brave knights and magical forests. The fuzzlets, initially hesitant, creep closer, their tiny ears perked, listening intently. Next, Bootstrap, using his built-in speaker, plays a selection of soft, classical music. The gentle melodies of violin and piano fill the workshop, washing over the tiny planet in soothing waves. Penny even brings out her tablet and shows the Fuzzlets pictures of Earth's most beautiful landscapes, vast oceans, sprawling green forests, and vibrant sunsets. As the Fuzzlets are filled with these feelings of joy, wonder, and safety, they begin to hum together, louder and more confidently this time. Their bodies start to glow brightly, not with the dull light of fear, but with a vibrant golden luminescence of pure happiness. What happens next is pure magic. The beautiful glow from the Fuzzlets doesn't just stay on the surface. It sinks into the planet, flowing like golden rivers towards the core. The tiny, flickering sun inside the glimmer begins to absorb this energy. It stops sputtering. The weak orange light swells, turning into a steady, warm, and brilliant gold that floods the entire miniature world. The core has been reignited. The power is back on. With its energy source restored, the glimmer begins to heal itself at a remarkable pace. Before Penny's amazed eyes, the murky oceans clear, turning a deep, vibrant blue. The brown, dying forests burst with fresh green life. Tiny, colorful flowers bloom on the miniature hillsides. The whole planet seems to take a deep, contented breath, and it begins to levitate gently off the workbench, radiating an aura of pure health and vitality. The Fuzzlets dance and chirp, their shimmering fur a rainbow of happy colors. Their world is saved. That night, under a sky full of distant stars, Penny knows it's time. The glimmer is healthy and strong, ready to return to the universe. She carries it carefully out to the middle of her backyard. She doesn't have to let it go. It rises from her hands on its own. It hovers in front of her for a moment, its light pulsing warmly, a silent, heartfelt thank you. Then, with a joyful zip, it shoots up into the night sky, a streak of gold, finding its place among the constellations as a new, bright star. Penny watches until it's just a pinprick of light. She turns and walks back to her workshop. The broken grandfather clock is still on her bench, its pieces scattered. But she no longer feels frustrated looking at it. She understands now that some things can't be forced, that some problems aren't fixed with tools, but with patience, with kindness, and with a different kind of power. She smiles, looking up at the sky, knowing that somewhere out there she has a tiny world full of friends, and that she is a part of its story forever. Thank you so much for watching this story unfold with us. If you believe in the power of kindness and ingenuity, hit that like button and subscribe for more tales that warm the heart. We'll see you in the next video.